We are in day 8 of Chandler Halderson's murder trial. The 22-year-old defendant is accused of murdering and dismembering his parents, Bart and Krista Halderson, in July of last year. The prosecution is expected to rest their case tomorrow, and today they put the spotlight on the defendant himself and his elaborate web of lies. Now, it's clear that this case is about how the defendant murdered his parents and the great lengths he went to attempt to cover it up. And I say attempt because it didn't go well. But just as important to the state's case is Halderson's web of lies, because prosecutors seem to be suggesting they are the motive for the murders. And today was all about bringing into focus just how involved these web of lies were and how they came to light. Before the state rested, they called Omar Job, an enrollment coordinator at Madison College, where Chandler Halderson had told his parents he was enrolled. Job testified that Bart Halderson called him about his son's enrollment status, leading to the discovery that perhaps Chandler had been less than truthful about his status as a student.
I don't see that you were admitted.
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
So I don't see that you were admitted in any program.
So you said they were, the IT degree is in there, right?
No, those are just classes. Like you took general education classes and then the IT classes. You might have just took the classes but not be in the program.
Does the internship from the spring show up in there?
Entrance from the spring of what year? I can go back.
Oh, this year, 2021. So winter. Yeah, you do spring. Yeah.
No.
All right, still with me, criminal defense attorney Eklund Mercy, former federal prosecutor Nima Ramani, and criminal defense attorney Kirk Nurmi. And Nima, I'll start with you. Means and opportunity haven't been a problem at all for the state. They seem to have or be suggesting that this is in fact the motive. We know they don't need motive, but juries like to hear it, and this is what they're presenting. Does this hurt their case at all?
It doesn't. And Michael, you nailed it. I mean, the jurors are going to want to know what is going to prompt a son to kill his own parents, shoot them, try to burn the bodies, dismember them, spread them across 2 different places, and tell this elaborate web of lies to everyone, law enforcement, the media, friends and family members. So I think it's important for the prosecution to have a story to explain to the jurors why someone would engage in such a heinous crime like this.
You know, Eklund, as I look online and folks commenting on this case, what I've found is that a lot of people are taking these lies and really thinking badly about the defendant. It's sort of adding to this whole thing, almost more so than the other evidence about all the other things he's done, all the horrible, horrible things he's done. These lies really seem to have folks thinking this guy had some real problems. So it actually has that dual effect. It not only provides the motive, but really paints the defendant in a really terrible light.
I know young boys like him, and they lie often. You know, lies are normal for teenagers, for young men who have to deal with their parents. So I don't see that as, you know, really damaging. Even with the situation with school, him not being enrolled in school, I don't see how a person's whole appendage should be in another state because you're not actually enrolled. So I think it's kind of weak. And I think that the jury's going to want more. I'm shocked as defense that a motion for a psychological evaluation wasn't done, because that would be my defense, because nobody normal just puts pieces of persons in different states, especially their parents. So I think that that's the thing. Like, mental health is real, and I do not see, I don't see how a normal person can mutilate their parents and that be considered normal. And the reasoning is because they weren't enrolled in school. I don't see that happening.
You know, Kirk, Eklund is exactly right. I mean, one of the things I've said to a lot of the folks around here at Court TV is that it really isn't that odd for a teenager or a young man in his early 20s. And, you know, kids are growing up slower these days. So you're 22 or whatever, but you're still younger in years. It sounds like you spent a lot of time playing video games. So not uncommon. And to talk about that as the motive for the murder does seem odd. Your thoughts on this idea that perhaps, that particular motive might be a bit flimsy?
Well, here's what I would say to that, because you could be right. You have young men lying, young women lying, those kind of things misrepresenting themselves. But if we look at the way the state has presented this case, and we look at all the lies, we understand that his whole identity, Mr. Halderson's identity, was built on this web of lies. Did he have anything else but these lies in his life? I mean, he had no job, he wasn't going to school. He had a girlfriend that cared about him, but that was about it. But it was all based on lies. His whole identity was a lie. So I think I'm going to agree with Nima here that this does serve as motive, because you think about it, when that lies are going to be exposed, when his parents have figured him out, that's going to rip away his whole identity, who he is, his entire life, probably his girlfriend, everything he cares about. And that does make it a motive. That's a little different than boosting up your salary or something to get a date. It's a lot different. It's his whole identity.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And for me, throughout this case, the outlier has been the girlfriend. Generally, kids like that don't have girlfriends, especially one as attractive as his girlfriend. And maybe he just didn't want her to find out. That was the one area where I'm like, this seems a little different. But anyway, I think you're exactly right. I think it's more than enough, when you look at all the evidence that the state has presented thus far. All right, think tanks.